Hi everyone, welcome back to chemistry. In the last video, we introduced the concept of molar mass, and we said that the molar mass tells us how many grams of any given substance we have in 1 mole of that substance. So you could think of it as connecting grams to moles. And this is actually really useful because a lot of times in lab, we're actually measuring out substances in grams. So we can use the molar mass to get from grams of an element or compound to moles of that element or compound. So it's that connection. We also said in a previous video that we can go from moles to atoms or ions or molecules using Avogadro's number. So now we actually have something, a way that we can get from grams of our substance to particles of our substance. And that's really useful in chemistry. So let's try out this example. So a box of table salt, NaCl, contains 737 grams of NaCl. How many moles of NaCl are in the box? Okay, so let's see. What are we given? Well, we're told that a box of table salt contains this many grams. So we are given the amount of grams of NaCl we have. And what do we want to get to? Yeah, we want to get to moles of NaCl. So we're in grams and we want to get to moles. So let's bring this over here a little bit. So we have 737 grams of NaCl. I'm starting with what I'm given, and I want to get to moles of NaCl. So grams NaCl to moles. Not capital A, NaCl. All right, what do I know that connects grams and moles? Do I have anything that connects those two? Yeah, molar mass. Molar mass connects grams and moles. So let's find the molar mass of our NaCl. So where should I do that? Let's just do that over here. So molar mass, NaCl. All right, so remember the way that I like to do this is I like to list out every different element I have. So I have Na and I have Cl. Specifically, I have one of each of those things. Okay, so I have 1 mole of NaCl, or I'm sorry, 1 mole of Na in a mole of NaCl, and 1 mole of Cl in a mole of NaCl. All right, so that makes things a little easier. So now is the part where I figure out how many grams of Na are in 1 mole of Na. How do I find that? Yeah, periodic table, right? So I go to my periodic table and I look at what number? The number on the bottom, yeah. So it's 22.990. So 22.990. What are the units? That's grams per mole. So that's my molar mass for Na. For sodium. What about chlorine? What's the number under chlorine? What's its atomic mass number? 35.453 grams per mole. And remember, you might have slightly different numbers here, and that's just because it depends on what periodic table you have. So that's okay. All right, well, I just have one of each, so that just equals 22.990 grams per mole, and this just equals 35.453 grams per mole. And now I gotta add that all up, right? Because I wanna know the entire molar mass of this whole compound. Okay, so 22.990, where's my calculator? One day I'll remember to have it out right next to me. All right, 22.990 plus 35.453 is 58.443 grams per mole of what? Yeah, NaCl. All right, so now we have the molar mass of NaCl. So we know how many, we have 58.443 grams of NaCl per every 1 mole. Whoops. 1 mole of NaCl. All right, so that's kind of our equality now, and we can use that as a conversion factor. So what goes on the bottom, moles or grams? And actually, let's go ahead and write out our options. So we have 54.44 grams NaCl. Sorry, 58.443. And we can put 1 mole NaCl on the bottom, or we could do 1 mole NaCl on the top and 58.443 grams on the bottom. So which one of these conversion factors do we want to use? Yeah, we want to cancel out grams because remember, we want to get to moles. So grams has to be on the bottom. So we got to use this. Whoops. Oh my gosh. We got to use this one. So let's go ahead and write that in. So we got 58.443, 3 grams NaCl per every 1 mole of NaCl. All right, so now are we, well, I kind of, spoilers here, because I put that equals sign, but are we done? Yeah, the reason we're done is we can cancel out these grams, and we're left in moles of NaCl, which is where we wanted to be, right? That was our major goal. Okay, so just like any other dimensional analysis problem, you're going to carry out that calculation, and let's just, for the sake of time, see what they got, because I'm confident we did it correctly. They got 12.6 moles of NaCl. And again, they have 3 sig figs here, so we need 3 sig figs here. All right, let's try this other learning check. So we're starting with 59.8 grams of, looks like water. So that's what we're given. 59.8 grams H2O. And we want to know how many moles of water. So again, we want to get to moles. So goal, question mark, moles, H2O. All right, so again, we know how to get from grams to moles, right? So if we have 59.8 grams H2O, we're going to start with that. And we need something that connects grams and moles. What connects those two things, grams and moles? Yeah, molar mass. So we're going to have to calculate our molar mass. For what? Yeah, for water. Okay. All right, list what we have, H's and O's. I have how many H's? Yeah, 2. And O's, I only have 1. Okay, so what is the number, what's my atomic mass number for hydrogen? Where am I going to find that? Yep, periodic table, 1.008 grams per mole. And I have 2 of those, so we got to multiply. All right, now for oxygen, we have 15.999 grams per 1 mole of oxygen. Okay, so now we got to go ahead and add those things up. So I'm just going to do this in one step now. You'll get pretty used to doing these calculations. So 2 times 1.008 equals 2.016, and I'm going to add that to 15.999. And I'm going to get 18.015 grams per mole of H2O. Yeah. Okay, so that's my molar mass. So what goes on top, grams or moles? Yeah, moles. I want to get to moles. So we're going to put what? Yeah, 18.015 grams of H2O. Oops, wait, I did that wrong. I meant to put that on the bottom. 18.015 grams H2O per 1 mole of H2O. How did I know that the 18.015 goes with the grams? Yeah, your molar mass is always measuring how many grams are in 1 mole. All right, so let's go ahead and carry out that calculation. So we got 59.8 divided by 18.015, and let's see what they got down here. Yeah, so they have a slightly different number here, and that's just because they rounded, okay? But that's okay. So we have 3.32 moles of water. Yeah, and you could continue going. So what do I mean by that? Say that we just got to moles of water, right? We went from grams of water, I guess technically we would be down here in compounds. So we went from grams of water to moles of water. So now that we're in moles, we could go to molecules. How many molecules of water are in that many grams? And to do that, we would use Avogadro's number. Okay? All right, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one, and have a good rest of your day.